Alrighty. We are live on BPI YouTube. We're going to be going live all the time. Today we're going to be, and actually I think the best way that we're going to be doing this is that we're actually going to be Googling answers and questions, or not answers, but questions, most commented questions about selling your home, buying a home, renting out your home, investing, finding out real estate, going into different areas. And obviously from that money that we do sales, we're going to be pouring it back into this, better content, better websites, better way of doing things, more people working with us, for us, things like that, and kind of just building out the empire. Today we're going to be talking about a question that I get every single listing appointment. How long is my home going to sell? How long is my home going to sell? How long is my home going to take to sell? How long is it going to be on the market? When is the contract going to come in? When are there going to be offers? The easy answer is I don't know. However, this is actually a great way to segue in, especially if you're an agent, into your expertise. Okay, so there's three ways to price a home. All right, and the best way to go over this is analytically and then emotionally. So you obviously have to know why you're selling your home. If you're selling your home because you don't need to move, but it's the top of the market, or you've kind of just, grown out of it, like there's no true need. In other words, you're not having financial problems, there's no baby on the way, you don't need more space to go out to the suburbs, or your parents come and visit a lot, or you're moving because of your job, whatever the case is. If there's no immediate need, then you go into the analytical way. All right, the analytical way is to just go over the numbers, which I'm going to be talking about right now, and then the three actual ways to price your home. So the first one is, it would be nice to have whatever price you want. It would be nice to have $1 million. It would be nice to have 9.5. It would be nice to have $16 million. It would be nice to have. There's something on, I think it's Zillow, where there's an option to actually make an offer. In other words, you put your home out there, just, make an offer. You kind of match it, okay? Make me an offer. I'm putting it up at 700. You make me an offer. You buy me out, okay? It's a very interesting concept, because essentially what you're saying to the audience and to the buyers is that it's going to be overpriced, but make me an offer. Buy me out, all right? You're kind of just putting it out there. You're putting a price tag on it that is probably higher than you expect. So in other words, right now, so it really depends on the marketplace, number one, and it really depends on what your need to actually sell. If your need to sell is 1 to 2 months, you have to price it in a different way. If your need is 3 to 4 months, then you price it in the middle. And if your need is 5 to 6 months, then, or at all, if you don't even need to sell it at all, then you kind of put it in this bubble of it would be nice to have. You roll out the marketing, you roll out the sponsoring, you put out every photo, you bring on an agent, it's the exact same thing, but you put it up at the price that it's probably going to take 5 to 6 months or not sell at all, and it really depends on the marketplace. Right now is not the marketplace that you just put it out there, because buyers are not, they're not feeling emotionally needed to buy, because there's so much inventory. They don't need your home. That's the thing is, and to be honest, I'm actually getting this feedback from the buyers. I'm not getting this from, you kind of get this pulse of the market as an agent, but when buyers start saying it, then you say, wow. If buyers start saying it, that means they believe it. And if they believe it, that means they're entering an offer or the marketplace like this. So this is the number one thing that I'll talk about right now, is that you put it at a high price, you put it at a median price. The median price is what someone will come in right around 2 to 3% of the asking price. Okay, how do you actually price that one out? You price that one out by not only looking at comparables in the building, comparables in the area, what's in contract. In other words, you email the agents that have other homes on the marketplace that are in contract, and you say, oh, what did you sell this for? But most importantly, you look at what the current competition is. Especially in this marketplace, you have to find out what the current competition is, because buyers are literally going from that home to that home to that home to your home. And they're looking at all of them, and they're comparing all of them. What's the value? What's the neighborhood? What's the building? What's the size? What's the renovation? What's the price? What's the monthlies? What's the financing? What are the terms? Do I need to do anything to the flooring, to the wall? What are the views? All these things, all these comparables go into the middle, and this is where most people fall, okay? We put out 2 homes recently, and we went up to the owners and we said, listen, you want to sell, it's vacant, there's no point in paying the monthlies, we have to put this to sell. Okay, one of them, we had a very successful open house yesterday, and we have three people coming back from that open house to see it again. Okay, the other one, this is the thing, is we priced it below where it should go, and I said, listen, you don't want this one to sit, because if it sits and it goes into the winter, we have to take it off the market, because nothing happens between Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, and then the following year, and it's too cold and everything else, and then people wait until the spring. You don't want to do that, because then people are going to see it again in the spring, and they're going to say, why didn't this sell in the fall? So they said, you're right, I don't want this to sit for 6 months, putting it back on the market in the spring against all the other competition. It could be a higher price, it could be a lower price, it doesn't really matter. The biggest thing is, on that open house, we only had 2 people. 2 real buyers. Someone came by and they didn't have the money, so I don't know why they were checking out homes. They didn't have the money. They were kind of like my aunt. My aunt like checks out open houses for whatever reason, because she likes it. She loves real estate. Who doesn't like real estate? But she goes to these open houses. I'm like, you can't just go to these open houses and just waste the agent's time when there's real buyers that actually want to buy homes. Anyway, that's something she's probably never going to stop doing, but that's another conversation for another time. So the first one is, we're not in the marketplace right now. It has to, I'll give you the best idea, is that when it is a cash marketplace and buyers are offering cash, that's the marketplace that you put it on a higher level, okay? When financing is not winning out in bidding wars and cash is winning, and there is a lot in 2014, 2015, and 2016. A lot of cash deals, mostly cash deals. 2017 was really hot. There was no inventory, even the beginning part of this year, no inventory. And then out of nowhere, inventory started to increase. The amount of price reductions on homes started to actually increase as well. So the amount of down arrows on Street Easy started, pointing down. And then the last one is, what I was just talking about is, you don't want this to sit, it's vacant. You're either burning through cash, or you're going through a divorce, you have a baby, you need to upgrade, you need to buy, you need to sell to buy, whatever the case is, you're in a 1031 exchange. You have to actually take into consideration that it could go above the asking price. But most importantly right here is that if you price it here and it sells for that, you have to weigh it against what you're about to do. Let me explain that again. If you put it below the marketplace, or really where it should trade at, in other words, the asking price, you have to understand that if you're buying something that's going to make you $100,000, that's fine if you lose $15,000, because your loss is a net gain on a 1031 exchange, or a net gain because you're moving out to the suburbs and you have discovered the property that you're going to live in for 30 years. A lot of people look at it as the end-all be-all in a sale. It's actually in the purchase. It's not in the sale. So in other words, in the sale, it's already too late, because you over-renovated, or you put in too much money into the home over the years, not over-renovated in the beginning or over the years. So there's 3 types. Let me just break it down. The first one is when it's not desperately need to sell, but you want to sell quick. You put it right where it's going to trade at, and you put it out there, and you're scared of the price, and you think it's below, and sellers think other people are going to offer way below the asking price. That's not the case always, okay? Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. It really depends on the marketplace. And right now, I'm kind of not frightened, but kind of shocked on 2 of the places that it was also Rosh Hashanah, first day of football. It was raining out, so yesterday wasn't the best way to actually compare it. But the second, which is most important, is that you put it where there's going to be an offer within 2 to 3%. Once it starts going above that, where it's 5% or 6% off the discount, a lot of people put it in the third category, which is it's overpriced. I don't know if the seller's serious. I don't know if they actually want to sell it. So I hope this helps out a little bit. Those are the 3 ways, and actually the time frame is ideal for all 3, because if you roll out a good marketing plan, sponsor it, you have a good agent, and you do it the right way, these 3 ways of pricing is the only way it's going to take long or short to sell. All right? It should sell within 17 days here. It should sell 17 to 45 days here, and then 45 days plus on the more expensive one. That's the best way to actually put days on. All right, so if you guys have any questions, leave in the comments below. I don't see any questions right now down in the comment box. Obviously, if this is the first time, go subscribe to the video. We're optimizing our website as we speak. There's someone going in there, putting in SEO, optimizing the speed and the images and a bunch of other things that are way above what I even know about coding or websites. But we also put on BPI celebrities, BPI news. So if you go out, you follow those guys. And we're going to be going again tomorrow, probably at an earlier time. It is 12:08 right now. Usually we're on around 10:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Any questions? Leave in the comments below. Have an amazing day. I'll see you guys tomorrow.